Hey, welcome back to that 70s card show. John Keating, Basement Tapes 162. There is nothing wrong with your screen. I am hanging upside down from my gravity boots in my basement, getting a little back adjustment, maybe. Um, yeah, perhaps I am, perhaps I'm not. Either way, there's no way of knowing unless you're in the room with me. But yeah, just hang in there because I certainly am by my ankles. Let's talk about 1967. Okay, 1967. We've moved on from 66. And here's an interesting, unusual little set, not considered cards and not currently garnering any attention from TCDB. It's the 1967 Coke Caps All Stars. It's Coca-Cola Caps All Stars. I have one of these, and it is the Yaz. And I got that coming back from a red eye one day, landing on a Sunday morning. And between the airport and my home happens to be Oaks, Pennsylvania, which is home of the Philadelphia Card Show. So knocked out a bunch of football that I needed, and also was talking to a chap, as I do sometimes, come out of my shell, and looking for oddball Yaz stuff. And it's tough because I have the top layer of Yaz stuff. I've had Yaz, the playing day run, since Yaz stopped playing. I've had most of the, in theory, topsoil version of all the oddball stuff, your game, your decal edge, all that fun stuff, coins. I've had that for a very long time. Now I'm digging into the next layer of the Earth's whatever composition, and that's the oddball stuff. And I asked a chap about Yaz oddball, and he was able to find this 67 Coke Cap All Star for me. It was graded and all that stuff, but in fact, it's marked as raw grade on mine. Let me see what I got here. It's not. It's a PSA, apparently. So I need to change that up right there in real time. So let's get over to what Beckett says about this, and then we'll have to take a diversion because TCDB, again, not recognizing the authority of the 1967 Cokes Cap All-Stars. 35 of these, $5.23 average value, according to Beckett. Total value, $183 a set of these, between $75 and $150. There's some beaters out there, of course. They will have been removed forcibly from their vessel, and they will have been flicked and flung and perhaps thrown into the bottom of pools or the bottom of lakes, or perhaps they would have been beaten with a broomstick in a little game of pitch and hit. So anyway, this 67 Coke caps were found on bottles of Coke, Tab, Sprite, Fresca, and were distributed in areas of the country without Major League Baseball teams. So take that, folks. If you don't have baseball, at least you had Coke caps in 1967. Collector sheets held 35 caps and could then could then redeemed at a Tom McCann store for 6 autographed All-Star photos. 5 corrections, I'm sorry, that's Japanese for collections. 5 collections could be redeemed for an official Little League Baseball. I am so confused right now. The caps measure about 1-inch diameter and feature player headshots. The caps are numbered and checklisted below. So you could collect these, then redeem them for an all-star photo while you were getting your Hush Puppies, your Chuck Taylors, whatever you needed to do. And I assume that at that point they just disappeared into the Matrix after that. They didn't punch them out or anything like that. Just gone forever, I guess. So let's look at the top 3 cards, if we can. Caps, as we say. Willie Mays, Henry Aaron, and Pete Rose. No Mickey Mantle in here for you folks. So it's Mays, Aaron, and Rose. Let's go to a new little tab here, and it is the KeymanCollectibles.com that can talk a little bit about this. They say All-Stars. There is a picture, a floating head, Rusty Staub, all that stuff. I assume that these would have been unlicensed by Major League Baseball because there's no insignia on Rusty's cap. Rusty would have been in Houston back then. Maybe it's just because he was in Houston and Houston was having their own issues. Item details circa 1967. Manufacturer Coca-Cola, size 1-inch diameter. Price guide, common player 250 to 5, star player 10 to 50. Very good, excellent condition. Value will vary based on player demand. Notes: the 1967 Coca-Cola. In 1967, Coca-Cola ran an all-star baseball bottle cap promotion. Bottle caps of Coca-Cola Tab Fresco, which had a baseball on the top of the cap, featured a black and white portrait of a photo on the underside with a number to match the saver sheet provided by the retailer or newspaper. Different cap savers sheets included Match the All-Stars or a major league team that was local to your area. 25 team players and 10 all-star caps. Of course, they're saying teams that were local to the area. Beckett's saying they were distributed in areas where there weren't teams. When you mounted all the caps or liners to the saver sheet, you could swap them for prizes at a redemption center. You were also allowed to draw in a cap that you didn't have. Completed collections of baseball caps with team emblem, and for one completed collection, 6 autographed pictures of players. The pictures were issued by Dexter Press, Inc., and 12 players were made for each of the 18 or 20 teams that participated. The offer expired June 30th, 1967. Unused factory caps that employees took home from the bottling cap do show up in the market. These caps, in near mint condition, no rust or major flaws, can sell at a premium. A couple pictures there. We see the sheet there. It says, look for your favorite stars under Coca-Cola Tab and Fresca. Save them and swap them for prizes like these. Official Little League size and weight baseball for 5 complete collections. Autographed color photos of the Mets and Yankee players. 6 photos for 1 complete collection. Coke, Tab, Fresca, Joe Pepitone, Ron Swoboda. And then we do see a Mickey Mantle here, which is interesting. A Mickey Mantle factory baseball cap. So there was a mantle. I apologize to everybody and expect, I guess, a class action lawsuit to ensue. You can see the Coke cap on the top with the baseball. That indicates that there is a juicy player on the inside of that cap. And of course, Coke is caramel colored in case you were fooled by that it was a natural color. Tab, my dad was a big Tab drinker, but I will tell you this was before I was born. And by the time I came around, my dad was drinking the pink Tab cans. So that's the 1967 Coca-Cola All-Star Baseball Bottle Cap Spaceman episode number 162.